Well, guys, hopefully somebody will show up here in a few minutes and see if see me going live. I don't typically do these live streams because well, I'm not very good at them for one, but I just wanted to get on here and talk about the Manticore and 900. If you guys have any questions, I will gladly take them. I'm not going to be on here very long, but I know I've had a couple questions and comments and stuff from the last few videos I've done, so I thought I would just jump on here real quick and see if anybody was going to join me. It looks like I got 2 people watching so far. 6. Whew. Unannounced. I didn't do this so I just thought I would test out the live stream here a little bit and see if this is something I want to do in the future. Who's out there? Anybody want to comment and say who's there? Let's see. I got 6. I got Brad. Yeah, I didn't announce this one, Brad. I was trying to be sneaky. And Rocky, yes, is in the background there, Brian. So he's a little tired. He was running around chasing deer. If you guys have any questions about the Manticore or the 900 while you're in here, just feel free to throw out the questions, and I'll try to address them as fast as I can. Tune in tonight. All right, Mad Max Metal Detecting. Hey, man, what's going on? Did you put those stickers somewhere? We exchanged our decals. So anyway, I'll just get into it here. Touch on the iron issue, please. Okay. Yes, I have been following Calabash and the iron issues. We've actually chatted a little bit about it. I don't have the same conditions that he is in, so I haven't been able to really put it to the test. Like, I mean, I'm convinced there's definitely some issues with the heavy iron. I've had it at my permissions where I've had heavy trash, but not like he is experiencing. So I'm not going to do that he's seeing. I think he's onto something there, and hopefully I think others are chiming in as well, and they'll Minelab will hopefully take into account what's going on and maybe come up with a fix. But I honestly don't know if you'll ever get a machine that'll work that great in that kind of iron setting. I mean, holy moly! I mean, I heard what he was hearing, and that's insane. So, but I think if you watch, if we go back to the Equinox, then the bottle cap issues, they came out very shortly after with an F2 feature. So I think they're going to have to address something. But what's it doing, Brad? Is that what your question was? Basically, it's in a very heavy iron carpet, is what Calabash calls it. You just can't pick out any good targets. The nails are looking like they're good signals. If you turn on the nails, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just you just can't pull out any good signals from those nails. You're digging nails all day long. So he is trying to get that addressed. Hopefully, somebody will figure something out. If you guys hear anything in the background, that's my dryer or washing machine going. Sorry, I didn't expect that to be going. Let's see, Mad Max. The price for the Manticore is stupid. I don't know. I mean, I've been using the Manticore now, and it really is a pretty cool and pretty nice machine. It is definitely a cut above the Equinox 900. I would say a pretty big leap forward. Is it worth the price? I mean, everybody would ask the same thing about the Deus 2 when it came out. Everybody thought it was high price too, but I love the Deus 2, and I think it was worth every penny. Is the Deus 2 better in iron? I don't know. I didn't see his tests in his iron. I would put my belief is better in iron just because I've used it in iron before, and you put it in fast mode and it works pretty well. And with a couple little tweaks, you can make it really work well. So I don't know, compared to what he's been testing, how he's been doing with the Deus 2 in that same setup. I suspect it would probably do a little better from what I'm seeing, but I don't know, to be honest with you. I have a little bit of time to catch up on videos, and I just don't get a chance to watch everything. I have, Brian, so you've detected with Calabash at that site. So, yeah, so I've gone digging. Hey, Matt, how's it going, man? I don't do these. I don't do this. So this is weird for me. and Calabash's site is pretty crazy. So there's definitely gonna be issues there. Matt, I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing okay, man. I haven't seen anything live or anything. You doing all right? So, Brad, did that answer your iron thing? I mean, we'll get on a Zoom call for for our Patreon stuff. We can talk more about that, but um, that's what I know right now as far as the iron issues are going. Like I said, at my site, I haven't had issues. I've had nails pop up, but with coins, and it clearly identified the nail and the coin, but it wasn't overloaded with nails like from what I'm seeing on his site. Let's see what else. Brad, yeah, same here, man. I catch videos going to work in the morning and coming home, um, but I keep my eyes on the road for the record. Good to know you're back, Matt. I'll have to catch up with you a little bit. I heard DIV signups are coming, so be ready. I just saw the post there on Facebook. Did you see the one that Rose posted? So everybody needs to get their fines list put in so they can start the signups. Do we have any idea when the Days 2 update is coming? Well, I have no information on that. XP doesn't share anything with me. They have reached out to me in the past and sent me stuff to check out with the WS6 Master, but they have not shared anything in that area for me. I mean, I could ping them and see if they're going to give me anything, but I am not privy to anything that Deus 2 is doing on the updates. Brad, you said you're staying on the list. Okay, so you're still gonna get it. Is that what you're saying for the Manticore? Anybody want to talk about the 900 and what I've been noticing with that? I see a lot of comments in the videos I've been throwing out there, and man, I'm telling you, people are just not into the 900 like I thought they would be, and I'm surprised, honestly. I can tell you up front that 900 is a big difference than the 800. I mean, on the surface, a lot of people are just not looking at it and that way. And I mean, with a carbon fiber shaft, well, the red background, the backlight is like worth every penny in my opinion. That's a running joke, but I do like the red background. The carbon fiber shaft, the extra sensitivity settings, flashlight vibration. Um, I think it's a nice machine. It's a nice upgrade to what the 800 was, and I can tell you it feels different, and it actually, to me, has better separation. I think you get a little more depth with that thing. So I don't think it's a bad machine at all for what you're getting. Um, Matt says price point is off. I don't know how you even do the price point. So, I mean, I see they dropped the price down on the Equinox, the 800, 600 again. So I don't even know where the price points begin. I still don't even understand why Minelab launched the 900 and 700 at the time of the Manticore coming out. I'm still racking my head over that. Brian says, more time with the Manticore, too soon with judgment practice with lower sensitivity. I think that's what you're saying. Oh, I got you, Matt. So you think they're going to phase them out? I mean, I suspect that's what they're going to do. They're going to have to, I guess, to push the sales on the 900 and 700. Did anybody out there get the new update for the Legend? I haven't heard anything. I've heard they came out with an update, but I don't. Was there anything substantial in the updates that's worth getting other than I guess it came out with some more coils? Just curious. Charles says cash flow. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I saw Merrill's video on the company and so forth, and a lot of people have been commenting on that. And yeah, I guess there's a point there to kind of look at, but I'm not taking a lot of stock in the whole company business and what it does and what it does. That information to say either way. Oh, it's a beta. Is the update is a beta? Hmm, okay. Captain Dan, what's going on? I see a lot of comments from you in the videos. Thank you, by the way, for commenting. I don't have any new information about the Days 2 update. We were just talking about that. I think others would be in the know better than I would be. I don't have any information. Like I said, I have some correspondence with XP, but I don't have any of the inside information like updates and when they're coming. They have not shared that with me. Yeah, man, I agree. I have the CTX, and I'm gonna put those things back together and see what the targets look like. I'm really curious to see a comparison and see if they're very similar. I have the same idea you do. I was just thinking about that on the way home from work tonight. I need to fire up the CTX and throw some targets in front of it and see what it looks like. I'm just curious if it'll be the same as well. It'd be kind of funny if it was, but I kind of hope it's got to be somewhat different. I know Manticore is a lot cleaner. Matt, do you have the Manticore yet? Do you have anybody that has it yet, and you have any opinions on it? So listen, if you guys are digging these live streams, let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Give me a like. Just let me know. I don't know if I'll do these quite often or not. I do Zoom calls a lot with our Patreon group, and we get a good time out of them. But if this is something people want to see for me and my channel, then maybe we'll do some more of these. Jay, what's going on, my friend? I know it's a little bit of a shocker here. I don't do this. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. So in my next couple videos, I'm going to focus on I've been cranking them out every day, and I'm getting tired. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting kind of burnt out of doing videos every day. But I want to get some information out there for you guys, Manticore and now the 900. What I want to do now is, I want to take you guys through the 2D display map, kind of explain all that. I think there's some people out there starting to do that kind of stuff now, but I think I want to get more into the advanced features of the Manticore. I want to eventually build a coin program for it because I know you guys like the coin programs I build for the Days 2 and one for the Equinox, and so I want to do the same thing in the Legend. I want to do the same thing for the Manticore, so you guys can watch how you do that. I don't think it's going to be as hard as it kind of looks. You got lag on your end, Matt? Yeah. Let me know if you guys am I still coming in all right? Looks like I'm good here. Thanks, CMCB. Appreciate that. And Jay, thanks. It is a great time of year to talk shop with the weather getting crappy. You guys are probably hammering up there. I'm assuming it's probably cold now. Are you still getting out? Captain Dan, how many hours do I have on the Manticore? Well, this is the second week I've owned it, and I've taken it out at least probably a half a dozen times for real hunts, just trying to get used to the machine, trying to get some time on it, trying different things. I've filmed a few things here and there. I have not done another video on real hunts yet. I do have enough probably footage to put one together, but um, I did take it to an old church that I've pounded for probably the last 3 years, and I've not been able to get anything new out of there. I took the Manticore over there, and I dug an 1899 Indian head penny. I did post that on my Facebook group. That was pretty cool. That was a shocker because that place has been hammered. So that was good. I was glad to get something out of there with the Manticore. Yeah, Carson, Chris, we were talking about the extreme iron falsing. Calabash is doing a lot of stuff over in his channel about that. So I would recommend if you haven't seen it to go around and check his channel out because he's bringing that to light. I have not experienced what he's experienced. I don't have those kind of sites where my permissions are. I have pretty trashy sites, but not iron carpets like he has. Damn, Brad, 6 degrees in Omaha. Woo! That is hardcore, man. You need to get back out this way. Teddy from Ohio. So if anybody wants to know, Teddy and I have he's my number one fan, by the way. I have it in writing and I'm calling him out here on the channel. Um, Teddy and I get together a couple times a year. We'll at least try to up in northern PA and go digging at all these old sites that he finds on maps, and we go to we would try to go this one I want to go to, but just hasn't worked out this year. But Teddy, thanks for coming in. I'm surprised. I didn't think you had the technology to actually join a live stream. Montana 0 degrees right now. Donald, man, I feel for you, my friend. We're about to get hit with it too. Let's see if I missed anything here. So yeah, it's the cold weather's coming. I don't know how many more days we're gonna have left here in Maryland here. I heard it's gonna get really bad. So well, not bad, but I think it's gonna hit pretty hard on Thursday and Friday. So we could be looking at some freezing temperatures this weekend. Jeez, negative 16 with wind chill. Man, you're making me cold. Everybody feel good about the coils on the 900? Are you guys? I put a video out on that. I've got a lot of mixed reviews on the coil fix that they did. Man, there's just some people just are not convinced that those fixes are going to be good. They don't like the screw-in bolt. They don't like the way the coil ears are still thin. I mean, I don't know, guys. I think it's going to be good. The rubbers that come with it probably to a good lined up right because it was so tight, and finally I got the. I don't think you're gonna have any problem with these coils. I think they're gonna be fine. So I don't know. A lot of people out there just don't want to believe it. They're talking about getting stiffeners for it. I had somebody ask me if the bolt would reach if they put a stiffener in it. I don't think it will because the bolt really connects snug to it and screws in pretty tight. And then somebody had brought up the idea of, well, what if the bolt breaks? How are you going to get the bolt back out? Which actually is a good point. If the bolt is screwed into the coil ear or coil itself, so it screws into the coil ear threaded. If it breaks, how are you going to get it out? That's a pretty good question. I really don't know, honestly. So Ted says he'd like to see me on a hunt with the Coil Tech coil. Yes, Ted, I was responding to your comment earlier. You just probably haven't seen it yet. I will be using the Coil Tech 10 by 5 or 5 by 10, whatever they call it, because I believe that coil is magical, and I'm really curious to see if it works the same on the 900. I have no doubt that it's supposed to, but we'll see. Am I back? My sound? There's no sound? Say it isn't so. Hold on. Is it back? Lance, can you hear me? Come in, please. Oh, man. That sucks. Let me know if it comes back. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. There we go. Now, listen, I have crappy internet here. Sometimes it goes in and out. So, my apologies if it does go out. So, as my Patreon friends know, there's struggles here. All right. Good. Thanks. Anyway, I was talking about the coil. So the way the coil is constructed on the new 900, I don't think there'll be any problems. I really don't. And I don't think you're going to have any problem with the coils on the Manticore. I think the way they've set that up is a really good fix to the issues. And if something does break, you will have basically something to replace, and it won't be the coil. You'll have to replace the lower shaft if it does break. And I think that's a much cheaper fix than replacing the coil. So Brad says if I have all the upgraded shaft, etc. on the 800, is the 900 worth the money? P.S. I can hear you the entire time. Okay, good. Um, that's a good question. I don't. I'm gonna say, Brad. I don't know on that one. I think if you spent the money and upgraded the shaft and everything, I do think performance wise, you're gonna get more for your buck. You're definitely going to get some deeper depth. You're going to get some better separation. Um, but I don't know. That's a tough call. I don't know. That's a 50-50 call for me in that. So Ralph said Calabash just did a test with the D2 Manticore 900, and the D2 smoked them in iron and gold in a gold coin. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The D2 does really well in iron. It's made for that. I mean, it just hope you have your Deus with you, because they've been with the Deus, always have been, in my opinion. Brian Cases, I got my 800 from Keith at Fort Bedford in February of 2018, and nothing is broke on it, and it still works great. No broken coils. You know, I have never had any issues with mine either. I've gotten mine from him. Now it's owned by John Page, so you know, they're still taking care of people, so highly recommend them. But yeah, I've never had any issues with my Equinox, and as a matter of fact, I probably would never have owned an Equinox if Keith wouldn't have told me to give one a try and put one in my hands to try. And then I tried it and found a bunch of silver coins that I thought I couldn't find over at one site that I was on. So that's how I got into the Equinox. But I never had any problem with flooding, coil ears, or anything on mine. I did replace the stock shaft and got a detect edge shaft on it for the carbon fiber fitting, but I never had any issue with it. So no leaking or anything. So let's see. Manticore D2 or 900, which will be your main machine? I'm using the D2. This is coming from Digging the PNW. I'm using the D2. Had two 800s, just sold one, thinking of ordering the Manticore. Man, I don't have a good answer yet. I've just started, using the Manticore. I've got some time on it, and I think I told Calabash in a conversation we were having. I think he actually quoted me on that, which was fine. That Manticore actually speaks to me for some reason. It's very intuitive to use. It makes a lot of sense to me personally. I don't know. It just makes a lot of sense. I get it. Um, but I'm a huge fan of the Days too. I am a huge fan, and I'm a huge fan of the WS6 Master they came out with. A lot of people look at that and they say that's just a little toy that doesn't really perform as the same as the remote does. That is not true. Those things perform the same, and it's just a smaller footprint, and it's so light. It's a light as a feather. You can take that anywhere. So I'm going to have a hard time answering you on that one. It's going to be a toss up to me between the Manticore and the D2. The Manticore is just such a better machine than the Equinox is, just in the features and stuff alone. So the 900 really doesn't scale to me at that level with the D2 and the Manticore. But I like the machine. I do like it. If, if you got 4 hours on your D2, you should be pretty good with it by now. You only need about 100. That's when everything kind of sinks in. And you're pretty good after that with it, I would assume. The 900 does go deeper. Yeah, I believe it does. It depends on the condition, though. Everything depends, right? It's not going to be, it might be a little deeper in some places and maybe not in others. You had one that flooded. Yeah, I've never had one that flooded, so I felt for all my friends who did have them, and there was a lot of friends who did complain they had theirs flood. I never had one flood. Ergonomics D2 compared to the Manticore. D2 all the way. The ergonomics of the Deus 2 is by far superior. Um, I would much rather swing a Deus 2 over the Manticore just because of the ergonomics. Let's see, Lance. It is like having two detectors with the WS. What you meant to say, Master. You really can get into, if you have a WS6 headphones, the puck is another detector itself. You just need the shaft mounted on or the stem mount, and you're good to go. If you get a second coil, then you will have two machines. That's the thing you don't have is you have to get two coils, and the coils are not cheap for the Deus, which irritates the crap out of me, but that's all right. I've been having good luck with the 11-inch coil on the Deus too. So a lot of people love the 9-inch. I have the 11 because that's what I could only get at the time, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to get the 9. The XP was supposed to send me a 9-inch coil, and they never did. So I still have the 11, which is fine with me. How's David Allwine is asking, the screen overall is a draw, especially the graph. I don't know, is that a question? I love that screen on the Manticore. It is really nice. How's the Manticore build compared to the CTX? All right, so the CTX is heavy duty. I'm not gonna lie, it is heavy. It's about 7 pounds. I believe the Manticore is almost 3 pounds. There's a huge difference in weight. The screen on the CTX is obviously bigger. I love the CTX 3030. Have loved using that machine. I think for the time it was built, it was way ahead of its time. But like everything else, it didn't keep up. And it just cracks me up that they still try to sell that machine for the price they do. But I would say the Manticore now is pretty much the new CTX, or has overtaken the CTX as far as features go and speed, and it'll probably better the CTX in depth and in some other areas. I just haven't tested it. You're using my coin program? Well, that's good. Is it working out for you? Are you using it? Well, obviously you're using on the days too, I assume. Brian K, the Deus 2 is awesome on the beach. You know what? I had mine on the beach this year, and I crushed it. I loved using that machine. I had the Deus 2. I took the CTX, and I took the Legend down with me, and they all found a ring. The only one that found a gold ring was the CTX, though. Every time I use that machine, I always find a gold ring with it. I don't know what it is. They are all good machines on the beach, but I loved using the Deus 2 on the beach. Yeah, CTX is a little bit heavy. CMCB, I'm thinking about getting a Quiltech 10x5 for my Knox 800. Hope it's cut. Oh, dude, you're going to love that coil. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos using that coil. That thing is magic. It's probably the best coil, I think, for the Equinox 800. And I'm hoping for the 900 too, especially in. We actually have 31 people on right now, but only 14 likes, guys. Come on, hit that like button. What's going on with you guys? Any more questions? The CTX is like wearing a proton pack on your shoulder. Yes, it is. Now, for me, I've never really had any issues with the weight of that machine. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know if I had it balance just right for my arm, but it never really wore me out as far as arm fatigue. I know a lot of people do get the arm fatigue. Sound is gone again, David. I've got a good connection on my end, so I'm not sure why. Everybody else, same issue. Sound out. Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Hope I didn't lose people. Okay, good. All right, Ralph. Thank you. So some people are saying sound is good. Some people are saying no sound. I'm going to go with sound is good for now. And we'll just keep going with it. I'm losing people on the stream, though, so maybe it is out. Okay. What other things can I tell you about the Manticore? Did you guys realize the pinpoint feature of the Manticore and the 900 will actually show you the numbers of the target ID number. So if you have multiple targets around and you're trying to pinpoint, you're not pinpointing the wrong one. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that until the other day when I was using the 900. So if you didn't know that, that's a new feature. I tried the flashlight on both of them, and the flashlight's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I wouldn't like it, but I actually found that flashlight to be very useful. I hunted well into the dark, and if you want a really good majestic view of things, turn on that red background on the 900 and turn on that flashlight, and it's just killer. I mean, it is cool. I'm gonna try to catch a photo of it at night just to show people what it looks like. Yep, pinpoint IDs. That's a good feature. It is a good feature. It's on both the Manticore and the 900. and probably I would suspect the 700 as well. What else? Somebody did ask questions. So dig in the PNW. Do you use the XY? I've been using that in areas not. I'm not trying to get an extra. And okay, I do use it once in a while. I've learned to not use it a lot. I used to use it all the time on the Days One, or the original Days, and I just found that on the new one I don't use it as much. I don't need to. I feel like I'm getting a lot of separation, better separation I used to. I don't tend to use it as much anymore. Cool to have if you're in an area where it's just comes in handy. So it's just I just keep it in your toolbox. Use it when you need to. Will the flashlight drain the battery faster? Well, I mean, in theory, sure. I mean, anything extra you turn on one of these machines, it's going to draw more power. But I don't think it's going to draw much. It's an LED light, so they're not going to take a lot of power to use it. It's not really that bright, but yeah, it'll probably drain a little bit faster. But the battery life. I know people are talking about the Manticore only having like 10 hours battery life. I it lasts a long time, folks, and it takes a while to charge. That's one of the other complaints people are having. But I don't know. You just got to make sure. I did charge mine the other night. You got to make sure that connector is on snug, because if you don't, it will pretend like it's charging, and then you find out when you turn it on that it didn't charge like it happened to be the other night. So make sure you double check your connector when you are charging, and check it like maybe an hour into it to make sure your battery power or your battery charge is going up. Let's see. Oh yeah, the X and Y is not. It's not going to do targets. It'll give you an idea, but it's never gonna. I think you get down to about 6 inches or more. I think it's iffy at that point. But anything shallow like that, shallower than 6 inches, I think it's pretty good. Let's see. You'll say the D2 is the deepest machine. Well, I think the Manticore might disappoint you. I think the Manticore is pretty deep. We'll see though. I mean, I haven't really done any real true tests on it. I think Calabash is doing some stuff like that, but I think depth wise, I think the Manticore is probably going to beat the Days too. I think it's going to eke it out a little bit. I think it's just got a little bit more power it throws in the ground. So what else, folks? I've been on, holy moly, 33 minutes. That is a record for me in a live stream. Um, do you guys want me to do more of these? The key question here. Haven't heard anything about the Manticore delivery. I have checked in with uh, John from Fort Bedford to find out how they're doing over there, and they don't know anything more than anybody else does. They're on the way, no, but I, there's a lot of speculation, like shipments are on a boat, or they're just taking a long time to get here. Some of the ones that made it in the country were flown in. I don't know if I can't put any beat of accuracy on any of the rumors going around. Have you heard anything about the Oh, I just answered that one. I'm curious if the new ML105 headphones are backwards compatible to a Knox 800. So the ML85s are compatible with apparently the Manticore. I don't know if it's the other way around. Brad says, yes, do more. Well, Brad, you're spoiled because you already get my Zoom calls. That's not fair. But I'll take your vote. Thanks for coming in, Brad. Appreciate it. And I didn't even have to bait you in here. You just kind of jumped in. That's awesome. I wonder if the Manticore will be in Canada. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I don't know why they wouldn't be in Canada. Um, I mean, I know my lab has, machines up there. People use my labs up there. I don't know why they wouldn't make it to Canada. Maybe it'd take a little longer to get up there. I don't know. Any other questions you guys need off from me from these two machines? Okay, thanks, Lance. I will definitely take that into account. I appreciate the feedback. I see all these other people jumping on doing live streams. I thought, oh, I got a good internet connection now. I'll give it a shot. We'll see. Rocky's laying in the background, not driving me crazy. So you will be digging the PNW. You will be getting the Manticore. Just not sure if you'll switch for the D2. It's a tough call, man. I'm with you. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm going through withdrawal, not having that Days 2 in my hands, to be honest with you. But I love the Manticore. I love playing around with it. So thank you. I appreciate that comment. Well, let's see. I will go for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap it up because my son's going to get on the computer, and we can only do this one way. If he jumps on, it's over. You guys won't see any of me. It will be over. The struggles of the internet that we have. Let's see if there's anything else about the Manticore I can share with you guys. No, I have not dunked it. So the machine I have, the Manticore, is not mine. All right, just for clarity, I did not get this machine sent to me directly from Minelab. This is somebody else's machine. It's loaned out to me. I will have to give it back. They're gonna have to pry it from my dead hands probably, but I will give it back. Maybe I'll get one down the road. I don't know yet. Do you ever melt or refine any of your junk silver? No, never have. Considered it, but nope, never have. Never refined any of my silver. I have sold a few rings here and there just to cover some costs of things, but I've never done any melting down or refining of any of this stuff like that. Thanks, Bells. I appreciate that comment. I appreciate you for commenting and joining in and watching as well. My goal is to help you guys out, and I like doing the how-to stuff for you guys. And there's other people out there doing other niche things. Like Calabash is good with the testing and stuff, and I'll leave those kind of things to those guys. I like to do the how-to things and just show you how to get more out of your machine, and customize settings and just the simple things. Because I know you guys are getting this machine. You're going to get a 900, and like me, I wanted to get that thing out of the box and out to the field as quick as possible, but I had to sit and read the manual a couple of times. It was driving me crazy. But if you guys get some of these videos that I'm putting out, you'll be out there in no time. Your learning curve will be cut in half, and you'll be out there and you'll have an understanding. So I appreciate all you guys watching and commenting, and please, if there's something you want to see, put it out there in a comment. Give me suggestions. I know my Patreon group, they are driving the content of this channel. So they are the ones who are telling me what they want to see, and I try to cover all the bases with them. But if you have ideas on what I need to do and you're not a Patreon member, just throw them in a comment. And if I can get to them, I will. I think somebody asked me the other day for a video on beach targets and what they sound like and look like on the Manticore. So I'm going to do. I saved all the beach junk that I found this year for this reason. To be able to do this for another machine. So I'll be able to do that over the weekend. I'll probably throw that together. So, all right. So got a couple more questions here. I've seen enough air tests. How much, how to is much more. Yeah, I got you. Yep. I agree with you. But I mean, the air tests are good. I mean, you got to get in the ballpark. You got to figure out where the machine's going to fall and land and certain things. So I think the air tests do matter for us as well. So you gotta get a baseline, right? I mean, it's not absolute. It's not, you just have to take it with a grain of salt, like I've said in the comments. You like how the high tones are similar to the Nox? Yeah, it sounds very similar to the Nox. It's if you're using a Nox and you come over to the Manticore, the sound of it's going to be pretty much very similar. Have I heard anything about the 8.5 by 5 coil for the Manticore available from Fort Bedford? No, I do not. You'll have to reach out to John and ask him about that. I mean, right now he can't even get the Manticores in, so I'm not sure if he's going to have that yet or not. Detector. Oh, we got to wait for the freeze den. I got you. Yep. You prefer square over the PWM? I do too. I use square mostly all the time now. I do use pitch When I'm in really high iron, I do like using pitch. Is the Knox battery? Well, I don't actually. I had the specs written down on the. Let's see if I have them here. I don't have the specs in front of me for the 900. I'm not sure what the battery life is. I think it's a little longer than you get out of the Manticore, if I'm not mistaken. Detector. I'm gonna really hammer your name. Poteen. um, like I mentioned earlier in the video. You came in a little bit late, I guess, but I have not hunted in the conditions that Calabash has. I don't have the carpet of nails like he has. It's a crazy permission he has. So no, I don't have that issue with what he's experiencing just because I don't have a permission like that. I have hunted heavy trash and I seem to be doing okay with the Manticore and heavy trash, but not what he's experiencing. That is insane permission. Gary's metal detecting. What's up? Okay, Dig and Daryl says the MA coil for the Manticore will ship after the first of the year, is what he was told. Okay, good. That might be a really nice coil. I have not been tracking the coils that are coming. Ah, okay, I got you. Poutine in Quebec. Man, is it cold up there? No, I don't have, I don't know, Gary, why it's taken so long either. I don't think anybody knows. I've been talking to Fort Bedford a lot just to find out what the status for them is, and he says the same thing. He doesn't know, just like everybody else. Everybody's kind of kept in the dark on it. Oh, you're Northwest Washington. Okay. I was just out in Spokane a few weeks ago, so I don't know. Is that Northwest or is that Central? I don't remember. I'm not good with my geography. Well, guys, I'm going to probably wrap this up unless you guys want me to keep going. I can answer more questions for another few minutes. We've been going now for 42 minutes. I can keep it going for about an hour if you want. I just feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but I'm happy to answer your questions. Yeah, you Quebec is cold, no doubt. Yeah, I was in Washington for basically a day. That was it. I was on the ground for my flight, was at work for a day, and left the next day. 3 o'clock in the morning, I had to catch a flight. So it was crazy. Um, oh wow, cool! Shotgun headstand from a MIDI hoarder. Nice. Tug, my friend, you comment all the time on my videos. How are you? I just saw you pop in. Thanks for joining us, and I appreciate it. You've saved all of my videos. I'm glad they're helping you out. That's the goal, is to help you guys out. You shorten your learning curve by getting some of that stuff out to you. I appreciate all your comments too, Doug. I hope I'm answering all the questions you want. Well, thank you. I appreciate the Detector Protein. What else can I answer? What have not tried on the Manticore yet that I want to? I am going to. Oh, okay. I hear you guys loud and clear. More D2 videos, but I'm going to do that. I'm not lying. Do have, and I think Brad jumped off here, but um, we've been testing a deep high conductor coin program. I've been wanting to build one for the deep high conductor because I have one now for the park program that works really well. A lot of people are using it all over the world, actually, which is pretty cool. But we finally crafted one that works really well in the deep high conductor. I think you guys are going to love it. I was having some problems with it fuzzing in the mid conductors, but we figured out why. So I'm going to put out something fairly shortly on that one. I'll give you guys a how-to on that. But you guys with D2s are going to want to put that program back to back with my other coin program, and Brad will tell you, and Jeremy's another one that's been working with me on it. they said it is it is something to see when you have two of those coin programs back to back and you can compare them. So that's exciting. I'm really excited that's going to come out, and hopefully you guys will love it. Um, oh, you're going to use the XY in the morning? Okay, great. Let me know how you like it. I was telling somebody else here that it's pretty accurate down to about 6, maybe 7 inches. I think after that you're going to really struggle with it a little bit. It's not going to be not going to be as accurate as the deeper you go down, the less accurate it is. That's all I'll say. So just use it as a tool. Don't depend on it. There are different. How should I say? There are Rocky's biting. He's scratching back there. Um, it's not as accurate going deep. That's all I'm going to say too. So just just take that with a grain of salt. As the deeper targets go, you can hear by the depth of the target. If you have your audio at 4, if you go up to 5, then that all bets are off. You're not going to hear the difference in depth, but it will still help you. All right. I mean, it will. So 29 people still on, 28 likes. I appreciate you. 46 minutes in. There is, I think I've been reading the manual a lot more on the Manticore. I think you guys are going to like the way you can customize the tones and the targets. Uh, and it doesn't look like it's as intimidating as I thought it would be. On the CTX, it was a bear to adjust those things. You almost had to do it on the PC. You had to do it on the PC, honestly, in my opinion, with the Exchange 2 software. It's not that way for the Manticore. It's not going to be bad at all. So if you guys are worried about that, don't be. I think we'll be able to do a tutorial. I'll be able to walk you guys through some of that stuff and make it easy on you. So don't freak out about the complications of that machine. I really don't think it's that complicated. The more I'm getting into it. Thank you, Delco Detecting. I appreciate that. Wonder if XP will or can add a depth indicator. Well, I think you already do have a depth indicator on the horseshoe. Remember, if the more that thing's filled in, um, that is the shallower I believe it is. If it's not filled in, the less it's filled in, the deeper it is. So I mean, it does have depth indication, but honestly, I don't pay attention to depth on those machines. I don't pay attention to depth on the Manticore or the Equinox 900 or 800 for that matter. I mean, if it just sounds good, dig it. You're welcome, Gary. My pleasure. Glad those videos are helping. Any of you guys go out and check out the website. I do a lot of stuff out there too, tutorials. I do a lot of combination videos and how-to guides I write out there and put out there too. So if there's something you guys need out there written down, let me know. I'm happy to do that. It's a time thing for me. The videos are easy to do. The how-to articles written take a little bit more time to do and get right. So I want to make sure I do them right so people have both sources to look at. Does the Manticore have spots for multiple programs? So you can save off customized programs. Yes. I think, and I'm not on that machine to know how many you can save off in what ways. There's different ways you can save like the tones and the Ferris stuff off as well. Um, it does have the the profile button on the side where you can turn that into something. That's one of the cooler features about that machine is the soft keys or the soft buttons. You can make them. There's 3 of them, and you can make them do whatever you want. Or there's a limit. I mean, what they can do, but you have a choice of what they can do, and you can pick pick one of them to be your quick noise cancel for you. One of them you can change to be quick ground balance for you, and it's really cool that you can set it up that way. So there's options that you can do, and um, it I'm not sure about the one profile. I'm not there yet. I'm not going to say anything, Detector Protein, because I have not played around with that yet to really mess around with it that much. It should be. I think I put that stuff out. Well, let me see here. I might have something I can real quick. Let's see. Let's see, 2D map. So there's custom settings for the Ferris limits. Doesn't really tell me how many customized programs you can save off. I thought I knew this. Detect modes, they're customizable. So technically you have 5 all-terrain, 4 beach, and 1 goldfield. So realistically, you can customize each one of those. So I don't know. It's. I'll have to get more into that to give you a better answer. I just don't have one right now. Let's see, what else do I have? So am I thinking the Manticore? I'm assuming you're talking about the Manticore is the new challenger to the Days 2 and WS6. Do I think it's a better Manticore? I think the 2 top machines are going to be the Manticore and the Days 2, in my opinion. And that's not being biased because I do like the Days 2. I just think right now on the market those are the 2 best machines. But that's just my opinion, folks. Don't be angry if that's not what you believe. Everybody has their own opinion. Again, can have an opinion. It is okay. Hey, Chuck, thanks for joining. Would you say the 900 outperforms the 800? Yes, I do. I do think it does. I think it goes deeper, has faster more separation, has definitely 3 more notches of sensitivity, so you can put more power in the ground. It's got a bunch of new features as far as the carbon fiber shaft physical changes. The new coils are made a little bit different around the ears to keep them from breaking, I think. You have target ID, or pinpoint gives you the target ID numbers now. So there's just a lot of new things in the 900. I think it's worth the upgrade, to be honest with you. Somebody really stuck me with a good comment though. They said, well, if you already upgraded the shaft to a carbon fiber shaft, or all the other things worth upgrading, and that's a 50-50 on me. I'm not sure, but I think the features now in the 900 really make it a much better machine. It's a lot more quiet and stable, and I think. Let's see. Head Hacker Coin Slayer, what's up, my friend? Thank you. I value you as well. Thanks, and thank you for joining me over on Patreon. I appreciate you. Let's see. A few people have said the 900 is an improvement over the 8. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And it has wear out, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty tight. I mean, I have they're both the same setup on the Manticore and the 900. I really like the arm cuff, actually. It feels really good, and the nice thing is you can adjust it to where you need to adjust it. And that any machine, my friend, loves bent square nails. That's just a fact. That's a pulse machine too for you. You can't get around those square nails. They just sound really good, and every machine gets full of them, I think. Detector Poutine, what do you mean on the 25 being stable? What are you referring to? You can to my Patreon link. There's a you can get there, and it's also, I put a link in every one of the description of the videos, so you can get over there that way. It's pretty easy to get to. I think it's patreon.com/mentalmetal, if I'm not mistaken. Hey Gary, thanks for joining us over here. It's been fun, actually. It really has. And Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. Oh, the sensitivity are you talking about the Manticore? So I've only been able to run the sensitivity on that thing up to 23. I have not been able to run it at 25. It's just too hot. It's just too chatty. Or are you talking about the 900? Confused. Yeah, the old nails do sound good. That is the truth, and they sound really good on a Manticore apparently. If you have a lot of them. Patreon is just a group. It's a membership group. It's like for as little as $1 a month, you can join me over there, and we do a lot of stuff in there differently than we do anywhere else. Like I don't do a lot of stuff on YouTube or Facebook or things like that. I keep that all internal to those guys over there, and we have Zoom calls and other things. So it's really what we discuss over there basically ends up in my videos. But they're those guys are driving what I'm doing because that's what they want to know, and so I try to take care of them over there. And they have direct access to me if they need questions. They have any questions, they know how to get a hold of me. Um, Matter of fact, a bunch of them have pushed me over the edge, and I'm going to dig stock this year. So thanks to them, they've pushed me over that line. I wasn't going to go, but I think I'm going to give it a try, and hopefully DAV is not going to be the same time as dig stock. That would suck. But and hopefully my wife will let me go to both. That's the other question. Um, Better buy an 11-inch coil for your D2 or the core. What are you saying? What do you mean, Carson Chris? Yes, I do DIV. I've been going to DIVs probably for the past maybe 7-8 years now. You need more depth. Oh, I got you. You're gonna get, in my opinion, the 11-inch coil for the D2 and or the Manticore. I think you're probably going to get more depth with the Manticore now. I think that's been proven already, but I'm not 100% sure in that. But I love the 11-inch coil from my D2. It gets me plenty of depth, so I don't have any complaints about that either. Yeah, David, I hope you make it too. I think it's going to be a fresh site. Nobody's been hunted or has hunted this new place. So from what I'm hearing, I don't know how true that is yet. The last hunt they talked about a new site that they had not been to or not been to as a group hunt. So I'm sure it's been hit by somebody, but not from a group. So, and I think it's going to be in a different location than Culpeper. So I don't know for sure on that, but I just saw the Facebook group. If you're tracking that, make sure you follow the Facebook group, Digging in Virginia. And if you haven't registered on their website, get over there and register. When the signups do happen, you'll be able to get in there and register before the website crashes, because it will crash. Do I plan on doing more testing? Heck yeah. I will have the 900, I believe, indefinitely. But I'm not 100% sure on that yet. And I will do a lot of stuff like I typically do like I did with the Equinox 800. We'll do some of the same things. I'm going to build a coin program for that one. And so you guys will have that information as well. But really, it's going to be what you guys want to know. You got to tell me. You got to tell me what you want to see, and that's why I depend on the guys over on Patreon to help me craft those kind of videos and what they like to see. And so I do know that stuff is based on what they're telling me they think they need to see. So, but yeah, I'll do a lot of. I might do a series for beginners like I've been doing before, but I don't know if I'll do something as I don't know, strung out as a beginner series, because everybody has, that uses an 800 has probably going to a 900 is going to be very simple for them. Yeah, I think they did do some upgrades to the website for the Digging in Virginia site. It has, but once you get in it and click around, it still is pretty laggy. So don't get your hopes up. I believe it. I'm not going to say this out loud, but I am saying it out loud. It'll probably crash. It usually does. But it's okay. As long as you get on that list, put your name in there, then you're good to go. You should be all right. It depends on the site too. If it's not a big site, they won't be able to take as many people. So if they do have two sites and one of them is like Beauregard or whatever we go to, that one can hold a lot of people. So they'll take more people. But if it's a smaller site, they may only take 100 or 200 people. So all bets are off. Even I don't make it sometimes. Wow, we've been going an hour. This is crazy. I really do need to wrap it up though here shortly. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. At an hour and 10 minutes, I am going to cut it off. So, but I'll answer a few more questions. Switching from the Nox to D2 was a struggle for the first 100 hours. Yeah, it is a big. Well, you should have tried switching from the Nox to the for the original days, and that would kick your butt even worse. The D2 is very easy to use, in my opinion. It was very easy to transition over, but I'm used to the Deus one, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But the original one, man, that was a tough one, especially if you had an HF coil and you had no normal target ID settings and everything changed with every program you used. It would drive you crazy. Thanks for coming in, Detector Protein. Appreciate you. Yes, Rocky is wore out. He was chasing deer earlier. Digging the PNW. Almost stuck with the Nox. Now I'm glad I stuck it out. Didn't hit last year's silver total, but it used to be a lot of spots. Yep. Southern Relic Adventures. What's going on, man? How are you? I don't normally do live streams, but I'm jealous. You do them all the time, so I figured I'd give myself a shot at this. I might have to do some more of these. There's at least 30 people on there. I don't even think I get 30 views an hour in my other videos. Thanks, Carlton. Appreciate it. How do I like the Manticore? Well, like Calabash will tell you, I told him in a phone conversation the other day that that thing is speaking to me. I do like it. I like it a lot. I know there's some issues you guys are experiencing with it, but I do like it. I don't have the iron carpets up here like you guys do in my sites, and I feel for you down there. Yeah, you sold the D1. I sold mine, believe it or not, too. I didn't think I ever would, but I did sell it. I believe the D2 is just, man, that machine is awesome. And Southern Relic Adventures will tell you too, the WS6 Master is no joke. That is a real deal too. That is so light and so ergonomic. It's just, oh, I love it. All right, what else? We're down to 7 minutes. Fire your questions away. If you want to know anything else about these two machines or the D2 or anything, or even I can try to wake up Rocky if you want to see him get crazy. No, I'm not going to wake him up. Yeah, I know you love that WS6. I do too. And I was surprised when they sent that to me. I didn't think I was going to lie. I was like, I don't know if I want to even try this out. It looks like a toy. But man, was I surprised. So Brian, what do you think Calabash is going to do? Is he gonna break that Manticore over his knee with those iron nails and the issues he's discovering over there? Yes, so Doug, you're right. It does defy gravity. It's as light as a feather. It's just insane. Okay, that's good. Nice. If you need, I know somebody that has them. Head hacker coin slayer. If you reach out to John over at Fort Bedford, he can get them for you. Hey Chuck, thanks for coming over. I'll keep cranking them out for you. Yeah, Brian, I hear you. I hear you. I can see it in the videos. He's very frustrated. Yeah, if you can get away from the remote on the D2, man, that thing is like just it's insane how light it is. Yeah, I'm gonna cry until the Deus 2 comes out. I want the Deus update to come out too. I've been hearing more about this thing, but I don't have any good concrete information on what they're gonna do with it. I want the update though. I think the updates will be pretty cool. Um, yeah, I mean we've been putting out a lot of videos. I mean I feel like we're oversaturating things now a little bit though. I'm gonna kind of cut back my videos a little bit on the Manticore and stuff. I just feel like now, I mean, most of the stuff's getting out there, so I'll probably go back to a couple a week and just start doing the how-to stuff again. But I'll do some real digs too. I think people want to see some more real hunts with it. because that's where you get the most information anyway, is when you start showing that screen and what you're seeing underneath that coil. And I'm not very good with it yet either, so I need to get more time on it. So I'll keep filming that stuff. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping. I hear you, Brian. I think I'm hoping that Minelab is hearing or listening. I mean, they should be by now. I mean, Calbash has made such a big deal about it. They have to be listening. Hopefully, they'll do what they did with the Equinox and come out with something that you can filter that stuff down a little bit better than what we can now. What will I think be in the update? I don't know. I watched, and I don't know if Southern Relic Adventures caught it either, but Tennessee Sharpshooter, I believe, TN Sharpshooter, he had a video up the other day that looked like he was just talking about random stuff, but he had the Days 2 menu on the screen, or the remote, and it looked like it was in color. It was really strange. I don't know. I told Calbash about it, but I don't know if he checked it out or not. We won't know if there's an update that'll fix the iron issue. We hope it. Definitely will hopefully fix some of it. Like I told others in here earlier, I don't think you're going to have a machine that's going to be perfect and be able to is going to be able to pick out, very well in a situation like Calbash has. That is a crazy sight. But if you can get something that gets you, 20, 30, 40% better than what it is now, I think he would be happy, and I think most people will be happy if it could handle that iron that way. Yeah, I hear you, Brian. I'm assuming they're catching wind. All right, I said I was going to cut this off in 7 minutes. I will go to 110. I have about 2 minutes left, so I just want to say, hey, thanks for coming in. We have 34 people in here, 41 likes. I appreciate it. Smash that like button if you haven't, just to help me out a little bit. And I hope everybody has a great and fantastic Christmas. It's been one hell of a year for me. I'm glad we're into the holidays. I need some I need some good news this year. So 2022 has been a tough year for us here in the Lupro house. So we're looking forward to having some good holidays and a good New Year's. And I just want to thank all you guys out there who watch this channel and watch these videos and comment and subscribe, and occasionally get the super thanks in there. I appreciate that. It means a lot, and you got me over 20,000 subscribers this year, which was amazing. So never thought I'd hit that. So we aren't a huge channel on the internet, but we're coming. We're getting a little bigger. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll catch you in another Mental Metal video, and maybe a live stream. I think this was fun. I think we'll do this again. I went for a whole hour. That is amazing. All right, guys. I'm signing off. I gotta go. See ya.